Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. January 12th, 2020. Can't wait for 50-50 to come around. Yeah, I'll still be here. Anyway, see the chairs? See the chairs? That was all from yesterday's wind. This little pot right there and this barrel, even though it had a weight on top of it to hold it down, we're all the way down the road down there. And Pierre hauled those back up. Then I had to go down and clean up the papers and all the stuff that blew out of it. This is basically just for plastics that are non-burnable. All the paper goes in there, but non-burnables go in there. And then I haul those into town and put them in the trash, so don't dirty the desert. All right, so the wind has been blowing, and it wasn't supposed to blow today, but it is blowing again today. Well, it started off calm this morning. So one of the repairs that I had to do was the guy wires on my PMA mast, or my wind turbine, for those people that don't know what a PMA is. And as you can see up there, it looks like it's turning real slow and going backwards every now and then. That's because this is 60 frames per second on the camera, and that thing is moving at 120. It's really kicking out. It's not that windy right now. It's probably only about 12 miles per hour, but you can see my guy wires are nice and tight now. And up there on the pole where they make contact, they had slid down a whole foot, 12 inches down. So they were real close to the lower wires, the lower guy wires. And I was getting a lot of flex in that pole up there. There's hardly any up there now, and I noticed that I'm getting much better production. So yeah, it was all good. And we got all those wires. Pierre helped me because I was up on a ladder, working on a ladder leaned up against the pole there, and Pierre was handing me tools and things like that I needed as we were going, so it made it go a little bit faster. And then while I was finalizing all the stuff up there, he tightened up my wires down at the bottom at the poles. So everything's nice and tight now, and it's doing a good job. Also, since he's leaving real soon here, within the next day or two, these are the panels that I loaned him. So I took the 2x3s that I had from originally, that was part of the framing for my outdoor laundry. And I used that framing to make a rack for the solar panels so I could get that other set of panels. So added in all 100 watts of amorphous panels. So I got 200, 300, 400 right here, and another 75 up on the roof. So 475 in amorphous panels. And well, actually, there's another 45 up there. Those are the old amorphous panels. But that's a pretty good power, right? Yeah, why not? I got to go around and straighten all my downspouts out. The winds have been really whacking things around here. The weather says that there's a 90% chance of rain on Thursday this week. So I got to drain some water down. I've been using some out of the tanks down there because I've got some plants in the ground. And I'm going to be getting an indoor table going in right below that window inside and get my seeds started for the spring planting. So I have some pretty good healthy plants when the spring comes. So they'll do great in there because they'll get the sun through the window and they'll stay warm. So I'll be able to get a good start on my plants. And I'm not going to wait so long to have my corn in the ground this year, because as soon as the ground, as an old corn grower is saying, if you can sit on the ground naked for 30 seconds, it's warm enough to plant corn. So out here, you don't have to sit on the ground. All you have to do is walk barefoot. It'll tell you whether the ground is warm enough or not. All right. So since I fastened those guy wires up and got things more stable up there, Look at this, even in this mild wind, I'm still putting out electricity. The wind just died right now. There it goes, it's jumping back up. Get another gust and see it 84, 117, 123. And that's in a real slow wind right now. So this thing's showing me that I'm getting a much better charge than I was a couple of days ago with that unit stabilized and the guy wires tightened. So yeah, I'm doing good. And I got my fan running here. I added a switch to it so I can shut it off when there's going to be a whole week of no wind. So that fan doesn't eat up electricity doing nothing. But that just keeps my rectifier cool. And it's blowing air not only on the rectifier, but right through the heat sink also. So it keeps things nice and cool there. All right, so batteries 14.0. 13.9. It was just at 14. Nope, it dropped down to 13.9. See, so, and then I got this one. This is the new one that I just put in from the ones that I had loaned Pierre. But he liked them so much, he's going to get a set of his own, and that'll be nice because he can fold those things up. They're compact, and then he can haul them around with them, and wherever he goes, seeking heat. He's going to be seeking sun too, so he can get that extra 100 watts of charge. It really does a lot of wonder for him for his running his refrigerator and things like that. All right, so I got the all that done. So next thing I had to do was, because the winds were gusting so bad, my water barrel out here for my automatic water feeder for the chickens, which feeds both outside. I've got three water nipples outside under the unit, and I've got 2 inside. They're little troughs, little cups with a little valve in there where they could peck at the valve and it fills up with water. And this feeds that. Well, the wind had blown it right off of its shelf, and it was on the ground, and it broke the spigot right out of the barrel. So you can see my True Blue sealant there. I swear by that stuff. It's great. I put my True Blue sealant on there and I resealed it and got it all back and running again. So the valve is on, but I got a kink in the hose, but that'll still let water through, just like any other leak. It'll leak through there, and it'll keep the bottom trough full for them, so that they'll have water inside the coop and outside the coop, even if the other one gets blown over in the windstorms, which it did. It was completely out of water, and I had to give them more water in there, but they've got a water feeder inside, they got a water feeder outside, and they got this automatic water feeder just in case. So, lucky girls. They were out free ranging again today, and look, we got grass growing. The greenery is coming up everywhere, all the way along the side of the coop here. I got grass growing. Not that kind of grass. All right, so it's lawn. So the chickens were out eating that. So tonight I'm going to be cooking some barbecued chicken with a nice sweet and spicy barbecue sauce on the barbecue indoors, because the wind out here is still cold and chilly, and we'll be doing that with some home fries and a garden salad for a little bit of vegetables. Yeah, I went out in the garden, I picked a bunch of stuff like some radishes and celery and that stuff that's all out in the garden. I brought all that in. That's all going into the garden salad, and we'll enjoy that. Now, I was just asking Pierre earlier, something weird's going on, because normally by this time that sun, when I'm shooting my videos, that sun is already down behind the mountains, and it's still high in the sky yet. So I don't know why that's doing that, but last night we watched the full moon rising, and the full moon came up over there, over the horizon, and just what time when we were sitting inside having our dinner, it went from coming up over the horizon all the way up over to the top of the cabin where we couldn't see it out these windows anymore. And then I got up this morning and I took my time about coming out, because it was chilly this morning. It was down in the 40s. But I didn't even get out of the cabin until like 9:30 this morning. And the moon was right there. Now, why did it come up in like 2 hours time from the horizon to past the cabin, and then all night long it didn't do anything? It just moved from there to there. That's weird. I don't know why it did that. All right, well, I just lost my notes, so I'm going to call this one a day. This is G Bear reminding you, give me a thumbs up down there, please. Don't forget to share with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, subscriptions and subscribing is free and easy. You just click on the red subscribe word down below the video, and then a little notification bell pops up and it says, click here to be notified. Click on that, and the only thing that's going to happen is you're going to get notified whenever I post a video, so you don't miss anything. And if there's any questions or comments that you want to ask or make a comment, that's what the comment section down below, all the way at the bottom, is for. Is add a public comment and just, or a question or whatever. Now, please, all my followers out there, for some reason, I haven't had comments popping up on my channel lately. And even Pierre says he was the first one to comment on my video yesterday, but it never showed up. And it still doesn't show up. When I look at my comments section, it doesn't show up there, but it shows up on his phone. It's showing that he has the comment there. So please, just leave me a comment, say I'm here or something like that, or yes or no or whatever. And just so I know whether or not you're getting I'm getting your comments back, because I can't respond if I'm not getting them, right? So if there's a problem, I'll have to contact YouTube. I just found my notes. I'm going to pick them up, and I'm going to say, this is G Bear signing off.